You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's of you on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Conway. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. What is today? Today is the 12th. Okay. Alrighty. Just because I'm joking around every now and then doesn't mean that I can't be serious when it's needed. Julian's tail slithers over the ground and curls around where he is sitting. And teaching him would be such a time. Yeah, but who's going to believe it? Fine, fuck me, I guess. Nobody has to. I'm just making a genuine offer to help. All I'm saying is that it's understandable why he might be hesitant to take you up on it. Wolf speaks up with a hint of exasperation to his words. Could you stop talking about me in third person so we can get this done here? Samuel already has an empty bucket ready to get more water from the sea. That's probably for the best. I feel like I've made a mistake for even suggesting it. You haven't. Slowly, Samuel drags the now-filled bucket up alongside the outside of the hull of the ship. Once it's back in his paws, he provides the rest of you with more water to soak the boards of the deck in. You feel the sting of salt water in your eye as a drop of it splashes up and hits you. You raise your hand to rub your eye and continue your work of scrubbing the deck of the ship. As time goes on, you slowly make your way across the deck. You find yourself working close to Wolf and out of earshot of the others. You really don't want to give him a chance? It takes a while before Wolf answers, but you can see that he's clearly thinking about your question as he works. With an almost defeated sigh, he stops and sits down to answer. What are you trying to accomplish here? Isn't that clear? You want to learn to play the instrument. Julian can play it. Is there so much of a mystery about it? It clearly means something to you. Yes, but... He glances over at Julian, who, just like you two, is scooting around on his knees and more or less diligently going after his task. Did you see how he played? Or when he looked at the fife? And? He loves it. Playing it and making music, I mean. He can be a bit of an idiot, sure, but I think he seriously would enjoy teaching someone. Again, what are you trying to achieve here? What are you afraid to lose? The Black Canine remains silent and looks over to Julian once more. Just give it a go. Worst case, I'm wrong and you have to put up with him for 10 minutes before you've had enough. That's survivable, is it not? He rolls his eyes and goes back to work. After a few moments, you assume he's just doing the same old thing, trying to ignore you. But on closer inspection, you notice he looks rather deep in thought again. Maybe I could. Just... don't make it a habit of trying to convince me, alright? You smile warmly and your tail flicks a little more animatedly behind you. Only when I think it's a good idea. Or did I try to push you to play it? Just what I feared. You're starting to assume you know what's best for me. Before you can respond, a call from Samuel draws your attention as the maned Wolf wants you to come over for a moment. You and Wolf do as you're told, and on your way you spot another sailor talking to Samuel. Not someone you know, but as you get closer you begin to be able to hear what they're talking about. Samuel! A voice calls out from the other end of the deck, loud but unintelligible over the background noise of the ocean. The sudden shout breaks the relatively calm air on deck. He calls out again as he approaches you, and the maned Wolf turns to face him. Samuel, can you come with me for a moment? Samuel cocks his head slightly to the right, while raising the opposite brow at an inquisitive look. His ears now trained on the sailor as he draws close. What for? The mustelid closes the last few meters between you before he stops abruptly and with an unexpected grace for his size. I just need a pair of hands real quick. We noticed the sheet is almost through and need someone to help patch it up. Samuel looks back at you three for a second before turning back to face him. I guess they'll manage without me for a second. Alright, which one is it? Your ears perk up as you overhear their conversation. Something other than cleaning the deck? Maybe you can tag along with them. I need an extra pair of hands. It isn't a difficult decision to make. While cleaning the decks with Julian could be amusing, you joined the Conway to learn how to sail, and here's an opportunity to do just that. You quickly step forward before Samuel trots off and grabs his attention with a tap on the shoulder. Hey, mind if I join you? I'd love to learn some repair work. Samuel takes a moment to think before he gestures for you to come along. Actually, not a bad idea. Since you knew it wouldn't hurt to start with something a little more exciting on your first real day. Yeah, come on, let's handle this quickly. If you've the greenhorn in tow, you won't need me. I'll head back to the others again. Sure, we got this, Schwartz. The sea breeze ruffles through your fur as you fall in next to the maned Wolf, trying your best to match your steps with Samuel's long, graceful strides. While still morning, the sunlight beams across the waves are already warming the chill that had come from your early start. A beautiful beginning for your adventure. So, you managed to get much sleep last night? First night's always the roughest. Samuel is first to break the silence as you walk alongside him. Heh. The maned wolf gives you a knowing look, complete with a lip-curling smirk. Oh, really now? Feel like sharing? Samuel's gaze lingers on you before he turns to the task at hand, making sure to flick one of his big ears in acknowledgement. Well, you see, it's, personal. Personal? Oh, yes, I get it. Personal. So is it a lucky lady, or is it a lucky lad? You're confident that there is no way he could know you've been dreaming of him, yet the smirk on Samuel's lips make you doubt yourself as a wave of heat rushes to your snout and ear tips. Aren't we supposed to hurry with the repair? He looks at you again, this time flashing a teasing smile full of teeth. Work and pleasure go hand in hand, you know, but you're right. The problem's right there. Samuel crouches down and directs your attention to a few threads that are starting to separate from the main line. Not the worst, but it needs repairing before we encounter stronger winds. This is why every sailor worth his salt carries one of these. He reaches for his belt and unfastens a loop that holds a long spike in place at his hip. He twirls it deftly in his fingers as he brings the tool down toward the rope. This is a pair of marlin spike. It helps work out knots and unweave rope. We're just going to use it to start this wee bit of twine. Samuel retrieves a small roll of thick twine from the pouch on his belt and begins to push it through the frayed strands of rope with the marlin spike. We'll start by securing it here and then whip it around the frame. It should hold for a while, but with just a little bit of work. Not a fix that'll last forever, but more than enough though until we can get a proper replacement. Samuel works fast. His skilled fingers wind the twine tightly with practiced ease as he follows his own directions and walks me through the simple repair. It's not hard, just take some practice. I'll see if we can find one that could use a touch-up, but isn't too far gone. That way you can give it a try. In fact, I think there's one near the... Oh shit! The sudden thunderous sound reverberates through the air, startling both you and Samuel. The tension in the line above gives way, and the rope thrashes violently, hurling towards the deck. Reacting swiftly, Samuel pushes you aside, instinctively shielding you from the impending danger. His agile form twists to the side, barely avoiding a strike to the face, only to have the line lash around his leg with a sickening sound. The maned wolf's face contorts in pain as he stumbles backward and collapses to the deck, sending out some of the vilest curses imaginable. Samuel, are you alright? Shaking off the initial shock, you quickly regain your composure and rush over to him, putting your arm around his shoulders to support him. The sudden turn of events shatters the previously calm atmosphere, replacing it with a flurry of urgency and concern. The nearest crew members rush to the scene to try and help. Yes, I'm fine. Are you sure? That could have killed you. But it didn't, did it? Yeah, man, I'm fine. He swipes your arm away and slowly gets to his feet without any outside assistance. Once upright again, he dusts himself off and neatly adjusts his vest back into place. Are you all done gawking now? Don't you have anything better to do? I heard there's a line that needs fixing. You know, maybe one of you can take care of it. And you, Samuel begins, turning back to you. You want me to wipe away your tears? Come on, the line broke, that's it. I'll be such a damn it! Samuel takes a step towards you and suddenly sinks together when he puts his weight on his left leg. You catch him and gently guide him to sit on the floor. Fuck! He grits his teeth as he clutches his leg tightly where the rope had hit him, and where a significant spot of blood begins to stain the damaged fabric. You're anything but fine, Sam. It's not that bad. You just took one step and folded together like a piece of cloth. Sorry if I don't believe you. Samuel manages a strained chuckle, though a wince betrays his pain. I guess we aren't getting around this. Fine, since you were around, you gotta be the one to report it. Arthur's the officer on duty. Go find him, I'll manage. Samuel's brows furrow in contemplation, his pride warring with the obvious pain he's experiencing. However, he ultimately relents, realizing that seeking medical attention might be the wiser decision. Fine, but let's be quick about it. Can't have you missing out on all the excitement of your first day. He tries to tease, masking the pain behind his eyes. You move in as some of the crew begin to stand Samuel up on his feet and feel a pang of sympathy as the maned wolf grits his teeth in pain. You slip in beside Samuel, lowering your head to allow him to sling an arm over your shoulder and around your neck. A few of the crew who had arrived first offered to help as well, but Sam is quick to wave them off, brushing a paw through the air dismissively to try and play it off as less severe than it is. I'll be fine. Best Best he helps me down anyway. He's around for it. Any questions Regia has, he can chime in. Any more than that would just be a crowd. And get someone to fix the bloody thing. Not that you end up being so enchanted with me and just forget about it. You're impressed that Sam can think so clearly, despite the blood oozing down his leg and staining his pants. It's easy to see why he seems such a valued member of the crew, even with the short amount of time you've been aboard the ship. Below decks, right? You're gonna have to guide me. Something I need to know for a future emergency anyway. Yeah. Not the standard tour, but it'll work. Samuel flashes a grin with his words, nodding in the direction of the stairs that led down below. You support Samuel's weight as he leans on you, guiding him towards the stairs that lead below decks. The crew around you clear a path, giving you enough space to maneuver through the bustling deck. Despite the pain, Samuel manages to keep up his usual banter, flashing grins and cracking jokes to mask his discomfort. As you descend the stairs with Samuel, you can feel the ship's motion more profoundly. The gentle swaying of the deck is now more apparent below, a constant reminder of the vast, powerful sea which surrounds you. You try to keep your balance steady, cautious that Samuel's injured leg doesn't bear too much weight as you both slowly make your way below deck. So, this is an exciting start to my first day. You chuckle, trying to lighten the mood as you descend the stairs together. Oh, you have no idea. It's not every day we get such a grand entrance. Samuel responds, but you can sense a slight wince in his voice. As you reach the bottom of the stairs, the sounds of the crew working above are slightly muffled, creating a more subdued atmosphere, augmented now with the occasional groans and creaks of the Conway's timbers and the sounds of the waves against the hull. The ship's corridors are tight, and you have to navigate carefully to avoid bumping into any passing crew. With Samuel's guidance, you make your way through the labyrinth of passages until you finally arrive at a door with a small brass plate with surgeon's quarters engraved into it. Here we are, Samuel says, nodding to the door. Regia's got her own quarters down here. Any later in the day, she'd have been right here on the deck. This early, I doubt she's out of bed. Hate to bother her, but I don't think I'm walking this off. Leaning your weight to help keep Samuel up, you reach out and knock loudly on the door. You hear a muffled grumble, followed by some faint shuffling before the door slowly opens, a cheetah face peeking out from the crack. Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you, Dink. Good lord. That's a pretty cheetah. Regia notices you first, confusion evident in her eyes at the sight of a stranger disturbing her so early in the day. It's not until Samuel clears his throat that her focused gaze shifts to him, instantly softening at the sight of him. Sam, you're hurt! What happened? No, never mind that. Tell me as I work. Both of you, come in now. The cheetah swings the door wide open, allowing you room to usher Samuel through the doorway and into the feline's private quarters. While not an infirmary, the shelves of ingredients and tools show the cheetah is still quite prepared for most anything. High railings made sure nothing could fall, even with the heaviest swaying of the ship. Very practical. Seat him on the stool over there and get that clothing out of the way. Oh yeah, I love her design. Damn. You guide Samuel's little stool near the back of the room as requested, though the mention of clothing brings you to a pause. The maned wolf has his paw pressed firmly to the outside of his upper thigh, which means his pants will need to come down. Now will they? You wish, don't you? Keep your paws to yourself. Samuel admonishes you with a faint tease in his voice. I'm not that helpless. The maned wolf huffs out as he begins reaching for the edge of his shirt. Shifting uncomfortably in the seat, Samuel manages to work his shirt up and the side of his pants down just enough to bear the wound to the open air, revealing the deep gash surrounded by blood-matted fur. Oh, that's beautiful! Good picture! Tisking under her breath, Regia moves close, kneeling to get a better look at the wound. She reaches a paw out, not to touch the injured spot, but to offer a comforting pat on Samuel's side. It's a deep gash, but nothing too nasty. I'd say you're lucky, Sam. She speaks in a warm tone, just the faintest bit of playfulness to dull the edge of her professionalism. Glancing over at you, Regia lifts a paw to point at the wall near the door. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout-out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Kate Silver, and thank you going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our 2 gold tier patrons, Zeke and Toby. Excuse me. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our I'd say for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!